over the weekend, it was announced that Fox News has acquired the company called Red Seat Ventures, which sells our ads. They sell the ads for the Megyn Kelly Show, Red Seat Corporation. And Fox acquired this company because they sell ads not just for the Megyn Kelly Show, but for the Tucker Carlson Show, for Bill O'Reilly's show, for now Piers Morgan, who's got a YouTube show, and so on. And that's one of the challenges when you get into the space as an independent. You kind of have to partner with somebody who's got relationships with the ad companies. It's very, very difficult to do it yourself. You can't just start calling up Genucel and saying, hey, will you advertise on the MK show? So Red Seat and this guy who runs it named Chris Balfe, they've been great partners to us, and I love Chris, and he's been absolutely wonderful, and his whole team to work with. So they help us out. They sell our ads. He's been an advisor to me in my professional life as well. So the media decides to take this story and announce, or at least spin it, such that I have been acquired by Fox News, that the Megyn Kelly Show is now owned by Fox, that the Tucker Carlson Show is now owned by Fox. They spun it as, we're going home. There was one article from Reuters, the deal brings O'Reilly, Kelly, and Carlson back into the Murdoch fold through Red Seat Ventures, though Red Seat Ventures will operate independently within Fox's 2B Media Group. No, it doesn't. It does not bring any of us back into the Murdoch fold. Nothing against the Murdochs, nothing against Fox. Very happy for Chris and Red Seat and for Fox. But this has almost nothing to do with us, other than, I guess, Fox and Tubi are now eventually going to, well, they own the company, or most of it, that's selling our ads. That's it. But it was so annoying, you guys, because I know you've worked for every ounce of that success and for every notch you've moved up on the podcast ranking. And it maybe it would have been helpful. I never offered it and I never wanted it, but probably would have been helpful to have the backing of a company like Fox News pushing me. But I didn't have it and you didn't have it. We earned all those ranks ourselves. For once in my professional life, Fox News had nothing to do with one single viewer I have. Right? So
and now they're taking
it was
credit.
Annoying. Yeah, It was annoying to see this spun everywhere as some sort of an acquisition or a sellout by yours truly or Tucker, who I'm sure would never be selling to Fox. But it makes Fox look good to make it look like they acquired us, which they didn't, and whatever. So it's kind of annoying. Anyway, Chris Balfe went on the Semaphore podcast with Ben Smith, formerly of the New York Times and BuzzFeed, and they talked about this. And here's a bit of the exchange that just hit today.
One of the most fascinating things of the deal is that you are the platform for three of the biggest stars Fox has ever had: Megyn Kelly, Tucker Carlson, Bill O'Reilly. And Piers had a relationship with Fox, but a little different. And you have this radically different relationship with them, which was when Fox News, when you work for Fox News, you really work for Fox News. You do whatever they say. You do not do things they don't say. They have total control over everything you do. When you work for Red Seat, like Red Seat sort of works for you. It's an inverted relationship in which the talent has a lot of power. You get to work for them to the degree that you're providing like great service for them and great money for them, but it's an inverse relationship where you as the media company just have so much less control. You're kind of an agency for talent.
You're exactly right about the characterization of the relationship, right? We work for them, they don't work for us. And, we operate at the pleasure of these hosts. And the minute that they see someone who's doing better for them, who can help them monetize better or grow their show better or whatever it may be that we're doing in each individual case, then they can move. This is the way that this business works. And so if you want to be part of the creator economy, you have to realize that creators are in charge. And it's our job to do as good of a job for them as we possibly can to make sure that they do want to be with us and not somebody else.
I can faintly hear shrieks coming from Fox News World as you say creators are in charge.
It's pretty funny, right? So anyway, just to set the record clear, what he said is exactly right. Red Seat's not a platform for us. SiriusXM is a platform. Apple, Spotify, those are YouTube, that's a platform. Red Seat's a partner that sells our ads and gives us some information on the podcasting industry. And Balfe personally has been a great friend to
It's a service provider, right? No, but the reason why the traditional media writes that article is that they are hoping that some of these viewers may get turned off by it and stop watching
Yes.
you or listening to you. That's the point.
They're jealous.
That's the point of
they're
that
jealous and
misdirection.
diminishing you. You know, that's what's really happening here. Is I think independent. It's very rare for somebody to come out of the Fox world and be able to actually start a business. I've been in publishing my whole life, and really publishing is three things. You got to have talent, which you clearly have. You have to have distribution, which has now been democratized. You just give an RSS feed to Spotify and to Apple, and you're good to go. And then you need to have ad sales. I'm actually shocked that you haven't brought that in-house yet, because there's 100 ad sales people who will send their resume to you right now, and your cost of ad sales should be 10% or lower if you had an in-house team based on, my knowledge of what you're doing.
Whole new future you're laying out for me here, J. Cal. Keep going.
Well, the rep firms tend to take 25 to 40%, and that's fine to start out. But for you to be a truly independent media company, you need to control that piece of the puzzle, and you can very easily, and you will. I guarantee you by next year, and I make millions of dollars a year off This Week in Startups. All In doesn't have advertising. We probably leave 25, 50 million on the table every year because my co-hosts refuse to let me read the ads. I keep asking them, let me read the ads. You know why, Megyn? Private aviation. Private aviation. I could be in a Phenom 300. I could be in a Pilatus PC-24 if Chamath would let me read one goddamn ad on the show.
Eat the rich. Eat the rich.
And this is what it's making me crazy. Private aviation is, but we make our money through the events we host, and that's a great business. And you were there. Thank you for coming.
It was awesome.
And our new tequila, and we're going to do All In Tequila. And I got to spend some time with Ben Shapiro when I went to the inauguration, who I have great respect for, and his team and what he's built as a business. Are you going to make a point?
Are you trying to make a point?
I am. And the other thing that's very interesting is what he's doing with cigars, razors, etc.
Yeah.
They made their own brands. I think, Megyn Kelly, I don't know what you drink. You drink a Sauvignon Blanc. What does Megyn Kelly drink on the weekends? What's going on tonight on a Friday?
I'm a big fan of gin, to tell you the truth. I'm a big fan of gin these days.
A little G&T? Yeah. You G&T?
Yeah. Sometimes, or just gin and club soda with a lemon. I actually really like that. I call it the Gin Haven.
So, all right, listen. MK's Gin Haven. Right now, let's get a gin company on here. You brand it, you put it in cans, bottles, whatever. It's going to make $1 billion. Let's get Megyn Kelly paid. That's what I'm talking about. We're doing all in.
I love where this is going.
Allin.com.
But I love what you guys just said, because that's what was so annoying to me. Like Yahoo, their headline, Yahoo Finance, was that they've acquired, that I've gone home, that they've acquired my home. Like, Red Seat, with all due respect, is not my home. My home is my show, my editorial, and I put my home out to a various, degree of platforms, right? Like to YouTube.
They
to
hate
SiriusXM.
you because they ain't you, Megyn. That's it. They hate you because they ain't you.
I didn't want people to be confused. I didn't want, if Fox News, if I did sell out to Fox News, if Fox News owned the Megyn Kelly Show, it would change. What they were getting at there and with Ben Smith and Chris Balfe was exactly right. Fox does control everybody who works there. Trust me, I know. That's why it's so amazing to be in the independent lane, right? It's like, you guys say that you can say whatever the hell you want.
The thing that's changed is that the news has become totally commoditized, right? You can basically get the same facts everywhere. And I think what people have sniffed out is that it's people's opinions, especially smart people, who are consistent. That's what matters. You're one, Tucker's one, on the left, Ezra Klein is one. There's people on both sides, but my point is that what people don't care about is if you, for example, wrote an article and the byline said the New York Times, you just wouldn't care as much as you used to. And in 5 years, they'll care even less. And it's the same with Fox. Now, those people, for a moment, they had the right to have the business model that they did because, let's take Fox as an example. They literally spent billions of dollars to build the broadcast infrastructure to get in front of people. But that's been undone. And so now I think the next 20 or 30 years will be about people who can be articulate, consistent, interesting. Some people will want partisan, some people will want independent, but that sorting function is going on right now. And I think that's why the media, I don't want to say that they lie, but I think that they can be, their insecurity around this one thing comes through in so many articles. You see it in the Doge articles. You see it in this article about the Red Seat. You see it everywhere if you're paying attention for it, which is What they're really expressing is we're not nearly as important as we used to be.
4 years of crushing interest rates, runaway inflation, reckless government spending. Who's paying the price? You are. You might have bills stacking up, debt collectors on your back. It can get bad. Well, Done with Debt can be a way out. They've developed these new aggressive strategies designed to get you out of debt permanently without bankruptcy or loans. Done with Debt stands between you and your bill collectors. They can go head to head with these guys, getting your balances reduced, interest rates slashed, and penalties stopped. They'll create a plan to end your debt fast and put more cash in your pocket every month. And right now, they're accepting new clients, but you need to act fast. Some credit relief programs expire. Consider a visit to Done with Debt right now before you make another payment, or call 1-888-322-1054 and speak with one of their relief strategists for free. donewithdebt.com. That's donewithdebt.com. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.